Apple's main smartphone rival, Samsung, has an even bigger problem, you might say. Some of its new phones have been exploding or catching fire while being charged. Now, we're talking about the Galaxy Note 7. Samsung is taking no chances and is now recalling all 2.5 million of them. Now, this disaster comes just as Apple is revealing its new iPhone. André-Pierre Duplessis reports.
This is what new Samsung owners say their phones ended up looking like after being charged. The company has been unable to find the cause of 35 exploding batteries and has since recalled all Galaxy Note 7s and stopped their sales. And with its mobile division accounting for most of Samsung's profits, the impact could be substantial.
It is difficult for me to specifically comment on the financial loss Samsung will suffer from the recall. I can say that it is a large amount. That is a pain to me as well. Nevertheless, we have made this decision to recall because our customer safety is the most important issue to us.
South Korea is proud of Samsung's success, which is why it has taken the news personally.
South Korea's image will be tarnished globally, as Samsung Galaxy is a world-famous brand.
South Korean products will get a better reputation. I had thought of getting a Galaxy Note 7, but seeing all the bad things that have happened, I don't think I am getting the phone anymore.
Recently, Samsung benefited from a break in the iPhone cycle. While Samsung earnings peaks around the middle of each year with an overall upward curve, Apple's profits have recently bottomed out, only spiking during an iPhone launch. Although Samsung is currently ahead of Apple, the iPhone 7 launch next week is sure to push Apple ahead of Samsung. Apple launches its newest iPhone at a time it's seeking to invigorate smartphone sales and keep Samsung at bay. The Galaxy Note 7 was meant to give the South Korean company a boost ahead of Wednesday's iPhone announcement. But the recall will now only have the opposite effect. André-Pierre Duplessis, TRT World.
Well, joining me now for more on the story is Bob O'Donnell, the president and founder of Technalysis Research in California. Bob, we've got a lot to get through, so forgive me, I'm going to rush this. But your first instinct when you see Samsung having to do this recall, do you think they were rushing things out because of the Apple iPhone coming out?
Well, that's a fair question to ask. I don't know that they were. I mean, Samsung's done a lot of phones over the years. They've competed with Apple for a very long time. And, you know, the thing with this, we have to bear in mind, yes, there were 35 reported cases, which is a lot, but they've sold millions of phones. So it's still a small fraction. Well, there's a lot of unanswered questions about which specific battery cell maker made these batteries. Samsung does have a division called Samsung SDI that makes batteries commonly for their phones, but most phone companies, including Samsung, will use multiple sources for batteries. Okay. So until we have more information about this, it's hard to say. It could just be that they had one faulty supplier.
Right. And why do you think, 35 cases out of 2.5 million, why do you think they're being so cautious?
Well, because 35 is still a lot, right? I mean, when there have been 1 or 2 iPhones that have had an issue, you've heard about that. You know, there were faulty adapters that were recalled in Europe around some of the iPhones. I mean, this is a safety issue, right? I mean, if someone, God forbid, would actually die from a phone that explodes,
massive
that's
lawsuit.
A very serious issue.
Understood, understood. And just finally, do you think that Apple and Samsung's other rivals are truly rubbing their hands at this?
You know, to some degree, I'm sure they are, but are they going to make a big public thing of it? No, because unfortunately, these things do happen. And when you have a whole bunch of suppliers and other people who are involved with the production of this, unfortunately, sometimes these things occur. So I don't think you're going to see it make too big of a deal, because you never want to throw, you know, stones in a glass house, because those things might come back at you.
You never know, do you? Bob O'Donnell in California, thank you very much for your analysis. Appreciate it.